going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I don't know if you can tell, but I am just now waking up. Like 30 minutes ago, I got out of bed, and yeah. So I woke up. Thank God for a new day, of course. Check my phone, and what do I see? I see a post about Tai Lopez allegedly running a Ponzi scheme, and that kind of shocked me because I don't know too much about Tai Lopez. Like, I don't know his background. I kind of was introduced to the guy, exposed to him in the past 9 to 12 months. So I never really did too much research on his background, like how he started. But I would always see him, giving advice, business advice, just advice in general. Not really flaunting his lifestyle too much, but at the same time, like, I see the guy make videos in his home. I see interviews where he's in his home. And sometimes I would see him show off his car, but the one video that stuck out to me was him on his farm. So I never really thought of him to be flashy or anything like that, or like a liar. There have been videos made about him where people are accusing him of just telling lies, and you can do your own research on those like videos. He kind of proves some of those people wrong. But in this situation, he's been alleged to form a Ponzi scheme, and that did like catch me by surprise a little bit. I will say that. The thing about that is, it affects everybody. To me, this affects everybody. Mainly in a negative way, but I will kind of shed light on some of the pros. The thing is, there's more cons than I can really like think of just off the top of my head. First is credibility amongst influencers, credibility amongst influencers. So as people who are influencers and social media influencers mainly, like, these people have worked their way up in some format. They worked their way up, they build their status, and now they have the influence to shed light on certain topics, to give people advice, etc. They have an audience that trusts them based on what they were able to accomplish and where they are in life, where they're headed in life, and the type of social structure that they're amongst. Basically, their network of friends. Oh, they know this person that's rich as well, so they're worth listening to. But the thing with this situation is the credibility is at an all-time low, because maybe the guy does make actual like good business decisions, and he does give some good advice. You can't lie. If you follow him enough, he's definitely said something that you can say is like, you agree with, unless you're a complete hater or like you just really don't like the guy, then that's neither here nor there. But the credibility now in this case is a little bit flawed, to say the least. And I say that because when you're running a Ponzi scheme, when you're lying to investors, allegedly, it's a detriment to the people who actually have influence and who live a lavish lifestyle and talk about business, talk about their businesses, their profits and their losses. So it makes influencers in general like look a little bit less credible. The other thing is the factor of trustworthy mentees or people who are investing into themselves through coaching and like mentorship. They are less likely to trust people who already have a stigma about scams and Ponzi schemes. Like, when they see this situation, they're gonna be like, see, like, bro, this is why, like, I don't just give my money to anybody. I don't just put my money anywhere. I can't trust all these people, these gurus online. People, they're fake. They're not really about what they say. Da 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 da. And these people kind of they have this mindset prior to investing in themselves. But it's a little bit harder for people who are influencers or coaches or mentors to come off as credible when they have somebody, this large figure like Tai Lopez, that gets caught up in some troubles. But that also, it doesn't really affect, okay, obviously it does affect a coach or a mentor or an influencer, but it affects the person who is in the situation where they could benefit from coaching. They could benefit from a mentor. They could benefit from an influencer giving them advice. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it affects them because they limit themselves. They use a particular situation with someone else, and now everybody is just given that title of guru. Like the guru, like that name, that title is it's not a positive one when you think about it. Like you see it in quotes, or you see somebody like me go like guru. Like I raise my eyebrows because it's just not a good. It's not the best label, unfortunately. There's a lot of negativity behind the word, which kind of sucks. So it really holds the person back because they already don't want to invest in themselves. So they use this excuse. They use this excuse because this person got caught up with this, because this person lied about that, because this person is beefing with so and so, because that, da da da, whatever. They're using this excuse to not invest into themselves and actually find a better way to learn information. They're not using this. They're not using the opportunity to go all in on themselves. So, talking about credibility, trustworthy, and excuses. The credibility lacks amongst social media influencers, excuse me, and as far as the excuses that lies into the people who consume content, the people who are liable to invest into themselves, it's rough. It really is rough. Now, the pros, excuse me, those are the cons. The pros into the situation are very little pros, to be honest. When I think about the bright side of the situation, is somebody who is very transparent with their audience. Their audience is gonna just pour into them a little bit more. Their audience is gonna gravitate towards them a little bit more because they're like, man, that Ty Lopez guy, he's all about flash, and he's a liar. He's not trustworthy. He's a scammer. He's a guru. Like, I can't trust a guy like this. But on the other hand, this guy that I follow, this guy that I listen to, this guy that I subscribe to, man, he's nothing like that. So the audience will pour a little bit more into you. Once you have that core audience, situations like these kind of just, gravitate your core audience to you and your message a little bit more. That's the bright side of the situation. It's a little bit difficult to really think about the positive outcomes of this situation, this Ponzi scheme. But it really does affect the people that are in the situation where they consume content and they are the ones who would benefit from investing into themselves and going all in. They kind of put themselves back, they hold themselves back because of some other situation when it's just, like I always say, you have to do your research upon coaches. Just do your research. Whoever you're comfortable with, whoever has a message that you relate to, that speaks to you, that speaks to your heart, that is aligned with your mindset. Like, just look more into that person. Like, you don't have to use the Ty Lopez situation and say, you know what? Nah, bro, these guys, they can't be trusted. Obviously, some people cannot be trusted, but there's definitely some people out there. There are enough people out there to where you can look at their situation, you can see their testimonials, and you can say, okay, the risk is there, but what about the reward? You have to be willing to risk in order to get something that's worth, something that's valuable, something that's going to help you, something that's going to shape you to be the best version of you, something that's going to boost your business, something that's going to sharpen your mindset, something that's going to increase your network of like-minded people, so on and so forth. So just to wrap up this video, moving forward as a content creator, I have to hold myself accountable and to be authentic, to be transparent for my audience, the people that support me, the people that like my videos, the people that watch my videos in general. They're gonna put a flashlight on, the type of information that I give off and the success that I share with my audience. It's something to just keep in mind, and I'll just keep that in mind moving forward. So this is a tough situation. I'm gonna look a little bit more into the Ponzi scheme situation that they're alleging Ty Lopez to be a part of, to be running, to be behind, and see how it plays out. I'm a little bit curious, so we'll see what happens. So thank you for watching this video, by the way. And if you're a male entrepreneur that's looking to achieve a healthy work-life balance, and you're a faith-based man, you have faith in God, reach out to me. I have a business that'll help you do that, just in case there's something you feel like you can benefit from, or somebody you know that can benefit from. Thank you for watching this video.